Okay, well, I'm bored and drinking too much coffee, and everyone else went fishing, so this is me putting up another video for you guys. This is like some of the tougher stuff, so this would be what I'd show at the probably closer to the end of grade 9. So when we talked about BEDMAS, so a quick review here. We talked about brackets first. Okay, so that's what we're going to concentrate on today, because you can see here there's lots of brackets. So we call this levels of inclusion. That's the fancy name for it. But there's 3 levels of brackets. So there's the straight up normal brackets that you guys already did some work on. Okay, then there's something that we call square brackets. Pretty creative in math because they're square. And then there's the last set that we call braces, and that is actually the last type of brackets. If we have more, then we just write more fancy brackets, I call them, but they're actually, their real name is braces. So I wrote them like this because this is where you start. You always do the innermost. That's what we talk about when we say levels of inclusion. We always start with the innermost set of brackets. So I've written down a question here, and on that assignment that I gave you yesterday, this is actually question 42, so it's the last one. So this is supposed to be a little bit tough and a little bit weird, but what I make my students do is I make them circle the innermost set of brackets, and that's where they're going to start. And this is where it's really important to show your work, and I think it's really important that you write down all your steps so you keep organized. So it's 7 times, because that's what it means when there's something outside of a set of brackets, plus 2 plus 5 times whatever's inside of this set of brackets, 3 plus 2 times, because that's what it means when there's a bracket there. So we did the innermost set of brackets, and that's 10. Okay, and now we're going to concentrate again. We've done one step. This is a multi-step question. So now here we go. Okay, we've taken care of the brackets, really. This is just a bracket there to emphasize that we're going to multiply this. So now we're inside of our square brackets, and we still have to follow BEDMAS rules inside of the square brackets. So 3 plus 2 times 10. So if we look back at our BEDMAS, okay, we are inside the brackets, but now we have to do the division and the multiplication as it appears. So you'd end up doing this piece right here first. 7 fancy brackets, 2 plus 5 times, and then 3 plus 20. And now we've gotten completely rid of our small brackets, so now we're working on our square brackets, and we can see that there's a 3 plus 20 to do. You can do that one in your head. That's not a big deal, right? 2 plus 5 times 23. So now we're in our fancy brackets, and this just means that we're going to multiply. So this is where we concentrate first. And this is the point where you guys should be able to use calculators, right? You guys were given calculators a little too early in life, but now they're good to go. So 5 times 23. Well, we don't learn our 23 times tables, so, you know, I would still be old school, so I'd scratch it off over here like this. Okay, and I'd get 115. Okay, and now we're at our braces, so we're almost done. We have to remember we have to do this first, and we have to remember that that number 7 outside there really means multiply. So you can still write fancy brackets, or I would probably just do like this, right? And again, calculator out if you want, or you can go old school like me. 7 times 7 is 49. 7 times 1 plus is 11, and then 819, and that is your total. So yesterday I sent your mom's home a picture, and the picture looked like this. So if you're interested in doing some of these, I just did question 42 for you. So if I were you, I just kind of work backwards, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to send the answer key in a picture too. Okay? All right. Talk to you guys on Monday.